All right, lovely. Okay, we're going to get into this. This is exciting. We are diving into putting ourselves out there through our content, through our personality, our character, our marketing, our messaging. Like we're doing the dive. And so as we move through these modules, they're going to be jam packed. They're going to be jam packed with some weight and some prompts and some things to do, tasks, as well as just some education as well. So I just want you to take a moment and kind of audit yourself, audit your body of where you're at, like how you're feeling, what's coming up for you, how you're breathing. Just really leaning into this present moment that you are safe to be seen. Okay? You are safe to be seen, and everything about you is beautiful. The flaws, the imperfections, the greatness, it is all safe to be seen. You can own it. All right, we're going to get into this. So, I'm going to base out this method. So the first part of this, we done the dream voice method. The biz voice method. This is our show up voice method. So it's the same principles where we're using voice as an acronym because this is about your voice. Okay, this is your process, but we're looking at the 5-step method to showing up on a deeper level or a higher level. Okay, so we're going to be stepping into that. So the first point of this is visibility. We're going to be diving into visibility, what it means, why you need it, how to create it, and take yourself and your business to that next level. The next space is opportunities. And this is one of my favorite areas because there are opportunities everywhere. This is like the definition of creating abundance, creating expansion. So we're going to dive into that in step 2. Step 3 is looking at the imagery and branding. So how you are branding yourself. And this is not just about your pictures and your colors and your logo. I trust that you can grab onto that. Branding is so much deeper, and we want to look at how your people are perceiving you and how you are showing up. So I'm going to be teaching you some of the key factors of branding, and you can take that away and incorporate that into your content and how you're showing up, even if you're in person or online. Step 4 is going to be content. That's going to be jam packed. I'm so excited to get into that because content is my jam and it's so much fun. And then the ease. So if you heard the word making content and you got a little bit in yourself, don't worry, because the next step is how you easily flow it into what it is that you're doing and how you build it into your own lifestyle. So visibility, we're looking specifically on online visibility and your own visibility journey, but this can translate to anywhere. Okay, you can replicate this, change things up, and actually use these visibility tools in person as well. So we will look at some of that. Don't forget, you can pause the video at any time. So we're going to master the art of being seen, okay? Owning yourself. And this is why we did the confidence journaling before, so that you can really sit in who you are. The necessity of visibility. We do need visibility, and the importance of storytelling. So looking at some of the key areas in that. So we want to utilize the art of being seen. So this could be you personally, or this can be your brand. It can work either or, what it is that you want to highlight, but it is about showing it off. It is about it being seen. It is about you putting it out there. And so it's really important that you are willing to put your stuff out there and speak about it. Okay. Your ability to show up will keep you visible. Your ability to show up will keep you visible. Now, I just want to caveat this. This is not, if you are somebody in your content and you do not like to post every single day, then you don't have to do that. You don't have to post every single day, right? You just get to be consistent. And that's what we're going to start building, consistency. And I want to remind you, I've said this probably 100 times now, that business is not finite, right? We trial and we test. So it isn't a one-hit wonder. It isn't put something out there and then it didn't work the way we wanted it to, so it's all a failure. No, we get to learn, but we get to be consistent in showing up, and that will keep us visible. So what does visibility do? It helps people to find you. The people who are looking for you, and there are people who are looking for what you offer, it helps them find you. It helps them know you. They're going to know you better when you're visible. They're going to trust you. And that's what we want. We want to build that trust so they can buy from us. You want people who want to buy from you, right? Because you have a solution to their problem. And so this is where we get to lens things through. We see things and perceive things through the lens that we have a solution to somebody's problem. That is why we have these businesses, even if the solution is to give them more fun. Okay, that might be, and that is good enough. So we want to help people to find us, to know us, to trust us, and to buy from us so that we can help solve the problems that they have. So, first of all, I want you to get clear on how people currently are finding you, right? So when you think back to clients who have come into your business, whether you've worked with them one-on-one, whether you teach classes, whether you've got workshops, or you may not have worked with any clients yet, right? How are they coming into your social spaces? Where are they coming from? Are you getting people, you posted up a reel and somebody followed you from that reel, or somebody messaged you and then DM'd you, they saw something you done. This is a really good way of measuring what is working in your business. So if you want more clients, or if you want a bigger audience, you're trying to grow something, look at the areas that are working and look at where people are coming from. I know for a fact that referrals, social media, especially Instagram and TikTok for me, are drivers of traffic. My people come through those avenues a lot of the time. And so where can you see that people are coming from when it comes to your business and putting yourself out there? So it might be also your freebie. It might be through features. If you featured in something, if somebody wrote about you in some article, or somebody shared some of the content, maybe you posted something and somebody shared it, and then you found that you had a couple more followers. I just want you to get clear on listing this out again. Where are people coming from? Where are they coming from? Because we really can multiply what we can measure. What we understand, we can expand on. Like I said, if we can understand where people are coming from, we can multiply the visibility in that area. So I just want to paint this example of one of the reels that I had put up. And this one isn't actually that old at all. And it converted quite high. Now, for me, it isn't about likes, and we'll speak about that in the content, but it isn't about likes. And sometimes it's not even about engagement, but it is about what happens after that reel is posted, or what happens after that bit of content is posted. If a podcast goes out and I notice that I have a few more followers, or if a reel goes up and I notice that there's a few more followers that have coming from that reel, or they have commented. So here we can see that there are 43 comments. Now this reel gave a prompt. It gave a CTA, right? It gave a call to action. I wanted to direct my traffic somewhere. So I'm looking at one of my highest converting pieces of content. I know it's highly converting because I asked them to comment dreams. We can see that. I asked them to take a step, and 43 comments on there, people took a step, okay? So now I know that this type of content resonates. I know that what I'm speaking about in this video resonates with somebody. So I want to multiply the exposure of this type of content, which means I'm going to make variations of it. I may then create another reel that's similar. I may create a video reel, a B-roll reel. We'll talk about some of that later. But I may create different types of content that's similar, posts, carousels that is similar. I may do an Instagram live on the topic. I may record a podcast episode on the topic. This is where you do get to, and I'm giving you the inklings here, and we're really going to break this down in the content, but I wanted to just feed this in because you could be doing drips and drabs of this now. We want to measure where the people are coming in from so that we can multiply it, and that is the point of me showing you this right now. Multiplication, more people in your business, that's what we want. So the best thing we can do for our business is to never stop talking about it. This piece of advice is something that a coach of mine had said, that somebody told her. You should be speaking about your business every single day. Now, hear me out. If you are posting content twice a week, then that content needs to be about your business. I would really challenge you to at least, even if you're doing posts two, 3 times a week, that you've got something in your story that's going up every day or every other day. Okay. So, 1 to 3 or 1 to 5 slides in your story, and you could be talking about yourself and sharing your day and all that stuff. But at some point of it, speak about your business, talk about your business. People need to hear about your business. And you may think that, oh my gosh, I'm talking about my business too much, and aren't people going to get sick of it? 3 to 5% of your following see your content. 3 to 5%. So no, people are not going to get sick of it because they are not all seeing your content. There are so many times when I've posted something up numerous times and people were like, oh, I didn't know that this thing was happening. Or when I speak to them, I didn't know this thing was happening. 3 to 5%, y'all. Okay. Not only that, the buying cycle takes 7 to 12 touch points. Now, it used to be less than this, but as things have changed in the economy and in society, people are still buying. Just want to say that people are still buying everywhere. But the buying cycle, which means the length of time it takes for people to buy from you, is they need 7 to 12 touch points. What's a touch point? So if we go back to this content, right? I posted this content. This is a touch point. They watch the video, they comment on the video, and then they get my freebie. So that's maybe the second touch point. They watch the freebie, third touch point. Maybe they don't purchase yet. They wait for more content. Fourth touch point. They comment again. Fifth touch point. Can you see the process in that? It takes time, and that isn't always what it is. Some people do buy or comment and then they watch a video or they get the freebie and they buy straight away. Like that absolutely happens. We've had people come into our membership doing that very thing. So when we get the freebie right, a lot of the times it's going to work, but we don't want to be beating ourselves up through the process because it takes 7 to 12 touch points. And again, we're going to talk about this in the content sections where you can be placing the links to your stuff so that more people can get their eyes on it. We want to make it easy for our clients and students to get into work with us. So most people need to see something 5 to 7 times to remember it. Most people need to see things 5 to 7 times to remember it. So when I talk about this, think about yourself. Think about the times it's taken you've wanted to do something, but it's taken you a long time to do that. Or you've tried to remember something and you couldn't quite, you've had to read that or reread that. Think about that for yourself. You are a grower, you're a go-getter, you are taking in information. And there are people who are a few steps behind you who need what you have, and they are going to have to read, see, look at all those things, even more than you are. So again, we don't want to be beating ourselves up in any of this process. What we want to do is know that, first of all, our socials, 3 to 5% see it. The buying cycle is 7 to 12 touch points. And it takes people 5 to 7 times to remember something that they've seen. And this is why it is so important to keep talking about your business. So let's get clear on the what we want to be talking about. So when I say talking about your business, you again might be like, well, what does that mean? And how do I break this thing down? And how do I work out what I want to be saying? So there are 3 areas that I am challenging you to continuously show up and speak about. The first one is your offers. The things you sell or serve through, the things your people need, making them aware that your offers are here, and when they're ready, they will buy. When people are ready to purchase, they will buy. But here's the thing, and we're going to speak about this again. We want to be speaking to those people who are ready. We're going to speak directly to those people who are ready for your content, for your services, for what it is that you offer. But we want to continuously be speaking about what we offer so that they know that it exists. Your expertise, what you know, what you specialize in, how you've changed your own life with this, or the lives of other people, your clients, your students, right? We want to be speaking about the expertise. This is where we get to educate our audience, educate our people so that they know what we know, right? We're teaching, we're showing them that we know what we're talking about. And it isn't always giving everything away, but it's definitely ensuring them that you are an expert in your field, because you are. Your passion, what drives you, your big why, what you love, what you hate. People buy from who they know, like, and trust. Okay, so what is your passion? Are you showing up like in your stories, whether you're on TikTok, in your emails, when you're speaking to your audiences? Are you showing them your passion, that you care, or that you're bothered by certain things, that you hate certain things? Again, people want to know that you're human, because people buy people. Awesome. So real quickly over this, there is free visibility, your socials, your email lists, your podcasts, or when you're on people's podcasts, sometimes events, right? You go to an event, you network. Paid visibility, Facebook ads, Google ads, or any kind of paid marketing is going to give you some visibility as well. And then there's collaborative visibility, featuring in people's masterminds, speaking at events. Now, I love this. This is one of my favorite areas, being collaborative, right? Somebody may ask you to speak in their mastermind or at their event or something like that. Like, where can you collaborate? Where can you actually be more open and feature in somebody else's something? Like, even with the principle of Instagram lives and going live with somebody, that's collaborative visibility. The moment you go live with somebody, that's giving you access to their audience, right? And vice versa, of course, but it's opening out that channel so that more eyes can be on you. And that is what we want. We want eyes on our stuff. Now, let's go back. So free visibility, these are things that are here that you can use right now, okay, and continuously show up in those spaces. Paid visibility takes time to do. I do not suggest going into Facebook ads, now and blindly at that. We want to check that what it is that you have works, your funnel, from your freebie to your low ticket to your higher ticket, your nurture sequences. We want to make sure that they are in a place where they work, and then there's room to step into something like Facebook ads. But right now you could be stepping into that free visibility, of course, that is where you're in control, and collaborative visibility, where you start to collaborate with other people and share their platforms. The biggest thing I want you to take away from this module is to never stop talking about your business. People need what you have, and the only way they're going to know that you have it is by you talking about it. So where can you show up right now, right? Like on your socials, in your emails, where can you show up and tell somebody and tell people further what it is that you're offering, what that transformation is, and why they should work with you. Never forget that your business is a problem solver for somebody else. It is a solution. So go out there and provide the solution with your awesome badass self. I'll see you in the next module.